Today we are going to practice dead reckoning. Dead reckoning is a very dramatic sounding term because it has the word dead in it. But basically that's how people used to fly planes like this, where you basically look on a map, figure out what direction you have to go compass-wise on the map. Then you fly your compass that direction for a specified amount of time. Find a good landmark, look on your map, turn, whatever. So we're gonna go to Mason City because it's third Thursday and there's a barbecue happening there. And I have a seasoned steak sitting in there. And hopefully we'll get there before I get food poisoning from it sitting out. So wish me luck. All right, so it's really hot, so I'm gonna do this quick. Also, ironically, I'm gonna be using an iPad for the navigation portion. And I know, you're like, yeah, that's not dead reckoning. Well, whatever. This iPad doesn't have GPS. It has my route on it. I'm using it as a sectional because I thought of this idea too late to go buy an actual sectional. So we're gonna do a screen recording. I'll go over the route and then we're gonna fly it. Okay, so let's go through engine startup real quick here. I'm gonna turn fuel on, right tank, get a few shots of primer. It's probably plenty for as hot as it is. Mags, master, this is idle. Clear!
So the first thing I want to do is go over my nav log here and put it on paper. So we're going to start at CID, not knowing how they're going to depart me out of here. My first waypoint's pretty close. It's a place called Palo, and that's actually a nuclear power plant. It's decommissioned now. From Palo, we're going to go to the Vinton Airport, which is AVCI. From Vinton, we're going to go to Waterloo. Hopefully they'll let us fly directly over it. From there, we're going to go small airport, which is K98. So if you guys are into like Flight Simulator, you want to follow along, that's the route. And then from there, it's going to be a long shot to Mason City. So K98 to KMDW. Now we're going to look at our, normally you would calculate this the old-fashioned way. Again, I don't have time for that. So KCID to Palo, that's going to be a 342 heading for 12 nautical miles. The second waypoint heading from there is going to be a 310 heading. That's going to be 14 nautical miles. The next one, Vinton to Waterloo, is going to be a 319 heading, 26 nautical miles. Waterloo to K98, 304 heading for 22 nautical miles. K98 to Mason City, 315 heading. That's going to be a long shot, 33 whopping nautical miles. So, that'll be our longest leg. That'll be a 24-minute leg, depending on our ground speed, which we'll calculate in the air, because we'll have nothing else to do. So now that we have that, and note these are magnetic headings. So ForeFlight actually already computed the winds aloft, which there's not a lot of wind aloft, so today is a good day for this. So it already computed winds aloft, and we're going to be able to more or less fly that heading and find our targets. We don't have very long legs, so we should be able to visually pick out the target and then fly towards it to correct for our magnetic heading drift.
Cedar Rapids information, India 22030, special observation, wind calm, 10, ceiling 3,500 broken, temperature 29er, 2.22, altimeter 3022.
Cedar Rapids ground, Luscombe 71647 with India on the northwest ramp. Would like to go VFR to Mason City, Mike Charlie Whiskey.
Luscombe 71647, Cedar Rapids ground, maintain VFR to below 4,500, departure frequency 119.7, squawk 0253.
VFR to below 4,500, departure 1197, squawk 0253, 647.
Luscombe 647, read back, correct.
Alright, we got altimeter set. That's set, that's off because we're not going to use that. Radio set, ready to go. Ground 647 is ready to taxi.
Luscombe 647, did you want full length or at Alpha 6?
Alpha 6 would be great.
Luscombe 647, runway 27 Alpha 6, taxi via Alpha 6.
27 on Alpha 6, taxi via Alpha 6, 647. Tower 647 is ready, Alpha 6 and 27.
Luscombe 71647, Cedar Rapids Tower, turn right heading 290, runway 27 at Alpha 6, clear for takeoff.
Right 290, clear for takeoff, runway 27 Alpha 6, 647. So Cedar Rapids wants us on a 290 heading, so we're going to do that first. And then when they clear us, we're going to go to 342 heading.
Luscombe 647, contact departure, good day.
Alright, going to departure, see ya. Departure 647, 1800, going to Mason City.
Luscombe 71647, Cedar Rapids departure, radar contact, view for altitude, your discretion, resume on navigation.
Altitude, our discretion, and our own navigation, 647. Alright, so here's the challenge, is we've got to fly a 342 heading, with a bouncy magnetic compass. So we'll just kind of bracket it right there on 340 and wish for the best. It's also why we have those short flight segments. Because we wouldn't make Hawaii with this compass, I'll tell you that. So we're level 3000 and our first waypoint is right ahead of us. You can see why I picked it because it's pretty hard to miss. From here, we're going to be turning left to a 310 heading. And I got a stopwatch going, so we'll see how long it took us to get here. Not super worried about this time because there's climbing and turning and stuff involved, so but it'll be good to know what our next leg is so we can get a more accurate ground speed. Okay, it looks like we're overhead. Let's stop the time. That took 10 minutes, 10.9 minutes. 10.09. Okay. Reset timer. Turn left 310. Again, old magnetic compass. Gonna have to bracket a little bit. That's about 310. Okay. So now it's gonna be 14 miles. Okay, so looking outside, looking at the map, which doesn't have GPS, I can tell that we're not where we're supposed to be. So there's the town of Vinton. The airport is off to the north, so we are way too far to the east. I'm trying to decide if I should cut straight to Vinton and then adjust from there, or if we should just offset and then, you know, it compensates. So off to our left is Vinton. We passed it by about, I'd say, a mile to the east. So our next stop is going to be Waterloo, which is going to be on a 319 heading. I'm going to maybe shoot for more of a 325 heading, just to correct for whatever is causing us to drift more east. I'm really just doing this by the seat of my pants. I could do calculations, so I'm not smart enough to do that right now. So new waypoint, it took us 8.78 minutes to get there, so we can calculate a ground speed based off that. Timer's going for our new leg. Part of Dead Reckoning is looking at the ground and looking at our route and comparing and seeing where we're at. So this section of river here, we got two bridges going over it, kind of curves in, then goes straight, then it curves away. By finding that on the map, we can see where we are relative to it, and we can kind of adjust as needed. So I'm a little bit closer to the river than what I'd like to be. But overall, we're not that far off, so I think we'll continue on this heading. Once we actually get Waterloo in sight, we'll go direct over Waterloo, unless Waterloo approach, of course, gives us a little bit different routing, which is entirely possible as well. Okay, so looking at this town over here, and then comparing that to where it is on the map, that's that town there. So that's where we are. You can see that kink in the river, and there should be a small private airport right below us. There it is. The phone would focus right there. So feeling pretty good about this heading. Okay, so we are over Waterloo here. There's a few things we're going to do. We're going to stop the timer once we are exactly over midfield. So we're at 18.5 minutes. And then we're going to restart the timer. We're going to turn left to 304. And while we're over an airport, this is a great time to switch fuel tanks as well. So it's been about 35 minutes, so good time to switch fuel tanks. Gonna go on the left tank. And if for whatever reason we had a fuel issue, we're directly over an airport, so that's cool. Our next stop's going to be a little bit challenging because it's a very small airport that I've never seen. And we're going to have kind of a railroad and a road, and that'll be the best references. So this is more of a shot in the dark. So let's calculate our ground speed for that leg. Okay, so 18.5 divided by 60 is 0.308 hours, okay? So 0.308 hours, remember that, 0.308. Now we went how many miles? 26. So 26 divided by 0.308 is, I don't know if that math's right, so that's at 84 knots. So somehow we lost a bunch of speed. Let's do that math again. Let's put it into an actual E6B. I'm surprised I would lose that much speed. We went 26 miles, and it took us 18 minutes, 30 seconds. Yeah, 84, okay. Well, that sucks. We lost some ground speed there, I guess. Now we know. So my math was right, so actually I feel good about that. I feel bad about the loss of speed, but I do feel good that my math was right. So we were about 5 minutes out, and I want to see if we're roughly on track. So there should be a horizontal power line running left to right, like a transmission line on a little one. There's a town there, which I suspect is Clarksville, and I see what might be a railroad curving down, and then there's another town there. So we should be close-ish. Where are you? It's probably a grass runway too at that. But if we get to the town, oh, it's on the other side of the town. Okay, so we're not even near it, but I do see the runway now. We're gonna fly directly over the town. I'm guessing that big north-south is the runway. And then we'll set time, and our new heading is gonna be 3:15, and that'll be our last heading. It'll be our longest leg of 33 nautical miles. 33 whopping nautical miles. A feat in long distance flying. Okay, so there's the railroad, there's the town, and the airport is just on the northwest corner of the town. How nice! That'd actually be a nice place to fly into, and you can like walk to town. So that's cool. Coming up on it. And just to prove I'm not using GPS, again, this thing has no GPS. So once we get over, we're going to turn 315, and we'll set time as well. Okay, let's do the math and see how we did on time. 14.64 divided by 60. 0.24, so actually almost a quarter of an hour, so 0.244 of an hour. We went 22 miles. 22 divided by 0.244 is 90. Hey, we made some speed again, so 90 knots. Based on that speed, 33 divided by 90, that's going to take us 0.36 hours. 0.36 times 60 is 22 minutes. Mason City traffic, Luscombe 647 is about 8 minutes out. We are southeast of the airport. We'll be on a very long downwind for 12, Mason City. So, we would have hit the airport. Nav was good, timing, I don't know.
Traffic, I'm approaching airport over the airport.
But we're gonna go a little bit further north so we can join on a very long downwind for runway 12. I checked the weather, it's favoring 12, so we're gonna scooch north a little bit, get established, and keep our eyes out for traffic. So probably not a whole lot talking from here on out. Mason City traffic, Luscombe turning base 12, Mason City. Mason City traffic, Luscombe turning final 12, Mason City.
City traffic, Cherokee 44710 is on left downwind for 12, Mason City. Traffic, Cherokee 44710, turn left base for 12, Mason City.
And a great landing to end the trip with. I didn't get to stay here very long because there was weather moving into my home base and I didn't want to deal with that in the dark, so I grilled my steak, did not get food poisoning, flew back GPS direct. It was pretty boring flying GPS direct, I gotta say. I felt like the flight there went a lot faster because I was busy. I was, you know, for the most part calculating time and watching the magnetic compass. So yeah, I recommend it. If you need something to do some Dead Reckoning. If you've watched this far, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments if you want to see more videos like this. See ya.